There's nothing like hometown sports. The roar of the crowd, the thrill of Friday night lights, and the pride of seeing our young athletes give everything they've got. This season, your business can stand right beside them by becoming a sponsor of the MyFM Media Local Sports Network, covering football, hockey, basketball, soccer, and Milford Legion baseball. Support the teams, celebrate the athletes, and stay atop of the mind with thousands of passionate local families who love our coverage. Join the businesses that invest in our community's future. Visit myfmdigital.com to book a meeting today. Welcome on into Pheno Field for Day 3 of the Massachusetts American Legion Baseball State Tournament, as we've got Milford Post 59, 24-5, taking on Leominster Post 151 at 24-4. Both teams have had one loss, and so today is an elimination game. Dylan Montgomery alongside me, Andrew McCarthy on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your one-stop shop for RV sales, parts, and service, and the Milford Legion Baseball pregame show, which is sponsored by Milford Federal Bank, our community, your bank. How you doing, Andrew?
Doing real good, Dylan. You know, I was able to, unfortunately, had to miss yesterday, but Saturday was an amazing day of Legion baseball, and I heard yesterday was just as good, 4 days each day, but we're starting to slim the field a little bit here at Pheno Field, and we started with 8. We're now down to 6 with 3 games going on today.
Now, we're a little late on the pregame show, but there's all awkward things going on the field back here, but we're here ready to go. It looks like we're about getting ready for the national anthem. So while that is going on, we got the chance to catch up with Coach DeVito. So let's go ahead to our Coaches Corner, which is sponsored by the Homefield Credit Union, locations on South Main Street in Milford and in North Grafton. Coach, live to see another day. What can you say about your team's response after the loss the other night?
Yeah, great response. Guys came out ready to play, and loved how we swung the bats yesterday. Got some great pitching yesterday too. It was good to see Jordan Martirano back out there in his last year of eligibility, get some time. So, overall a good day. And, real tough opponent here this afternoon that we're very familiar with.
Yeah, just going to mention that. Obviously, you guys also saw them in the championship game, but you're very familiar with this team. How do you guys kind of go into playing a team now a fourth time in the same season?
It's a new day, right? Whatever has happened has happened. You can't look back or think about what happened during those games. And, you can learn from your opponent, but at the same point in time, you just got to come out and play baseball. They're well coached, a lot of energy. It's always been a great rivalry. Got incredible amount of respect for Jeff and what he does with his program. And, I know the feeling's mutual. We've talked about that a bunch. 2 great teams in District 4 in an elimination game here in the States. It's hard to beat that.
Nick Pedroli gets to start on the mound today. What are you expecting out of him? He's had pretty solid so far, hitting at least and also pitching too.
Yeah, Nick's done a great job for us. He's a leader. He's one of the leaders on this team. He's a gamer. And in these type of situations, hot, bright, the sunny day, elimination, you want one of those guys, a gamer on the hill, and that's what we've got here today. So we're excited for Nick to get out there and give us what he's got for as long as he can. And, we got a lot of bullets in the holster behind them. So whatever it takes here, all hands are on deck.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Anthony from the Embroidery Bar in Milford, and this summer it's all about looking your best. From custom t-shirts, hats, and shorts to tumblers, keychains, flasks, bottle openers, and more, we've got everything you need to stand out at the beach, the cookout, or wherever summer takes you. Need something unique? No problem. If you can think it, we can create it. Whether it's for your business, your team, or just for fun, we'll help bring your ideas to life with custom designs that fit your style. Stop by the Embroidery Bar, 189 West Street in Milford, and get ready to make this your best looking summer yet.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping families create lifelong memories one adventure at a time. Again, Dylan Montgomery alongside me, Andrew McCarthy. As we just had the national anthem, you heard how we got the chance to catch up with Coach DeVito as the players are going to get ready to take the field soon. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Consigli Ruggiero Funeral Home, located on Water Street in Milford, serving all faiths. David Consigli, director. Worth noting today, Milford is the away team, Andrew.
Yep, lost the coin toss, so it's their own home field, but they'll be batting in the top half of each inning. Nothing they're not used to. Had to go through the same spiel yesterday up against Northampton. They played the top half of each inning en route to a massive, convincing victory. They'll have to do it again, but they have some success against Leominster, batting in the top half of each inning, as we'll mention in a little bit.
Nick Pedroli's leading off as the pitcher today. Joey McGee batting second, number 5, and playing second base. Batting third, the left fielder, number 11, Jackson Fournier. Batting fourth, number 16, Gavin Metcalf at first base. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 2, Sam Schoenberg. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 20, Ben Majorano. Batting seventh, number 7, center fielder Matt Pedroli. Batting eighth, right fielder, number 8, Josh Bouchard. And finally, at the 9, it's Brady Iarusi, number 4, behind the plate. The only differences today, obviously, Pedroli's on the mound instead of right field. Josh Bouchard takes in for Sean Bouchard in that 8 hole and now taking right field instead of DH. And Iarusi's behind the plate instead of Nolan Murray. Again, obviously, Pedroli on the mound. Go ahead and look at Leominster's team and their lineup. Leading off, number 4, shortstop Sawyer Corbin. Batting second, number 3, second baseman Brennan Mariani. Batting third, number 2, center fielder Mark Garner. Batting fourth, number 14, catcher Cam Cerrone. Batting fifth, number 6, the left fielder AJ Wozniak. Batting sixth, number 7, the DH Connor Moriarty. Batting seventh, number 25, the right fielder Brett Richard. Batting eighth, number 9, Nolan Tetro, playing at third base. And finally, batting last, number 8, the first baseman Danny Nelson, with number 18, Danny Frade, on the mound. Well, I think that just about gets us ready to go. We'll get you tonight's colors of the game, brought to you by the Embroidery Bar in Milford, your local custom embroidery and apparel shop. For Leominster, they are rocking the orange with the blue numbers, with the orange cap and the blue brim. And for Milford, it is in the dark navy blues with the yellow Milford across the chest and the yellow numbering as well.
No orange pants for Leominster today.
No, they think maybe it was bad luck in the championship game.
Probably looking to change things up. And
they're just moving some of the players out from sitting out beyond the dugout into the dugout. And we are ready, underway with the first pitch from Frade, down low to Pedroli.
It's going to be a bit of a feeling out process for both these teams. Obviously, Leominster wanting a little bit of retribution after falling to Milford on their own home field in the District 4 championship game exactly 1 week ago today.
Pedroli fouled that one off. It evens the count at 1 apiece as Joey McGee goes and fetches the ball for the umpire. Standing up top, working from the windup Frade. Here's the pitch. A looping curveball misses up high.
These two teams having inverse results over the first 2 days of this tournament. Milford losing to Franklin in a tightly contested contest 2-1 this past Saturday.
Next one is spiked in the dirt, and it actually bounces all the way back towards the pitcher's mound. It might have hit the home plate there. But a 3-1 count now coming up to Pedroli.
After that loss to Franklin, they were able to destroy Northampton, for lack of a better term, 24-5 in a game that was 17-0 after 2 innings. Dylan, you were there for that one.
Yeah, as Pedroli takes that one up and in, just about misses him, but it'll be ball 4, an opening walk here for Milford. That's the type of start you want.
Exactly right, Dylan. And Nick Pedroli did his job effectively well. He was patient at the plate, let the balls travel to him, didn't like anything he saw, and he'll take the free pass to lead off this game.
Sign given to Joey McGee. Interesting to see. Not out of Coach DeVito's game to be aggressive early and maybe bunt here. First pitch, McGee's going to swing on that one towards center field. Tracking back is Garner. Over the shoulder, makes the easy grab. And that's a single pitch for McGee that he flies out. 1 down.
One thing they're going to have to look for, Milford, is to try and boost up some pitch counts just a little bit. It's, I think, something that got away from them in the Franklin loss. They were a bit too aggressive in their at-bats, and it allowed Colin Mont to work through innings really quickly and keep that pitch count low. In a tournament like this, however, you got to be wary of your pitch count even more with the required days of rest, depending on the amount of pitches you throw.
Jackson Fournier's up to bat. He takes that one for a strike just on the outside corner on what looked like a changeup. Nick Pedroli taking a decent 2-step lead off of first base. Now working from the stretches Frade and diving back in on the pickoff move was Pedroli safely.
Leominster was able to beat Beverly on day 1 of the tournament. Narrow score 4-3 on Saturday. Then yesterday, they're up against Hyde Park out of District 6. They barely lost to them, 8-9 final score.
Pedroli takes off. Pitch on the outside misses for a ball. The throwdown's way off target, so Pedroli's in there safely to second base with a stolen bag.
Already putting the pressure on. Third batter up, only 1 away, and you got a runner in scoring position. Trying to do what Milford was able to do pretty early in the District 4 championship, and that's get runners on pretty early. They were able to score the first run in the second inning of a back-and-forth roller coaster affair over at Leominster a week ago, but they're able to get a run here in the first and put some more pressure on post 151.
That one on the outside corner gets called once again for a strike. So now Fournier, after taking the ball that allowed the stolen bag, it's 1-2. He's going to have to protect here with one down. Pedroli takes an extra step. Here's the pitch. That one swung at, grounder towards the second baseman, scooped up and thrown over easily from Mariani. That records the second now. Pedroli does move up to third base.
Yeah, I'm sure Fournier will take that no problem. Basically a swinging bunt advances Nick Pedroli over to third base, and now you got the cleanup hitter Gavin Metcalf with 2 away and a runner just 90 feet away from giving you the lead.
I think with how Frade set up those last 2 strikes, that one was close on the outside corner. Fournier felt like he had to go. First pitch to Metcalf, bounces in the dirt. Pedroli takes a heavy step towards home plate, then retreats.
Looked like arriving to Pheno Field today, Leominster was a little bit slow getting here. They weren't here until inside an hour before first pitch.
The 1-0, big hack and miss from Metcalf. On the fastball inside, evens up the count, 1-1. We're here at top of the first. Thanks for tuning in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Metcalf, a slow chopper towards the shortstop. He's going to have to charge after it, Corbin, and Metcalf beats it out. It's an infield single and the first run across the board for Milford.
I knew immediately this was going to be a real tough play for Sawyer Corbin. Just a bit of a dribbler to the left of the pitcher's mound. It was impossible for Frade to control that one. Corbin had to really come in, try to make the play, but Metcalf was able to leg it out. And again, he returned from injury past the midway point of the season after healing from a broken leg, but that leg appears to be all right with that infield single.
Schoenberg up to bat, takes the fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1.
The aggressiveness pays off, though. That stolen base from Pedroli, the nice advance from Fournier.
Next looping ball misses outside into the left-handed batter's box, evens the count.
And Metcalf was able to do his job. Just put it in play. You never know what might happen. Even a little soft bouncer like that, it's a tough play for the infield to make.
The 1-1, Schoenberg thought it was going to be a ball as he held up, but it's a called strike on the inside. So 1-2, Milford having to adjust to this strike zone. The 1-2 pitch. Schoenberg swings and misses, and that records the third out. That strikeout brought to you by Unibank. But we head to the bottom of the first. Milford's able to produce a run across the board. Leominster will look to respond right here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your headquarters for camping, road trips, and summer fun.
This presentation of the MyFM Local Sports Network is being brought to you in part by All Temp Systems. When it comes to keeping your home comfortable year-round, trust the team at All Temp Systems. Their experienced technicians provide quality heating, cooling, and home comfort solutions with a customer-first approach and upfront pricing. They serve all major brands and are fully licensed and insured, giving you peace of mind with every visit. For your family's home comfort needs, make the call to the team you can trust. All Temp Systems, Pond Street in Milford.
Hey, this is Jay with Full Service Junk Removal in Natick. From construction debris to furniture, yard waste, scrap metal, even hot tubs, we haul it all. Need a dumpster? We got you covered. Give us a call at 617-838-4977.
Full service junk removal in Natick, clearing the way for local teams and families to win. FullServiceJunkREM.com.
Hey, this is Ray, the owner of Tailwind Tavern and Hopedale Pizza Market. We've got pizza, sandwich, chicken, seafood, and drinks, perfect for the whole family after the game.
From post-practice dinners to game day nights, make the winning stop. Tailwind Tavern in Hopedale, where families win after the game.
Hey, this is John, owner of Done Right Asphalt Repair. We handle asphalt paving and repairs, seal coating, crack sealing for both residential and commercial properties. We do it the right way.
When your pavement needs a comeback, make the smart play. Asphalt done right.
DoneRightAsphaltRepair.com.
Here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping New England families find their way since 1966. Dylan Patamri alongside me, Andrew McCarthy, as we head into the bottom of the first inning. Milford able to get a run across the board, Andrew, though.
Yeah, it was the aggressiveness of Nick Pedroli, and then the heart of the lineup really did the rest. Jackson Fournier was able to advance him over to third, and Gavin Metcalf adding his first RBI of this tournament with an infield single. Sam Schoenberg struck out, but they do the job in the top of the first inning. Put the pressure on Leominster and score the first run.
Runs are at a premium in this tournament, despite what Milford was able to do yesterday, where the bats were lively. Most of the tournament, it's been hard to come by. Leominster tried to mount that late comeback yesterday against Hyde Park. They got they actually got 3 in that 7th inning, as this one's looped up high into shallow center field. McGee's coming in now. Pedroli, and Matt Pedroli will make the grab in center field for the first out.
1 pitch, 1 out for Nick Pedroli. A nice start for him. And way high fly ball. Matt Pedroli was able to cover a good bit of ground coming in from center and make the catch.
As I was saying, Leominster almost mounted the comeback, got 3 runs to make it a 9-8 ball game. With 2 runners on, they left him stranded, though, and lost that one 9-8. As now to Brendan Mariani, first pitch is called a strike on the fastball from the left-handed Pedroli. Mariani, a right-hander, playing second base. That one just a bit inside, and maybe low, 1-1. Obviously, yesterday, Ballard was on the mound. He only went 28 pitches. They were able to pull him early. The 1-1 pitch is hit up into shallow center field once again. McGee, this time, is going to settle underneath and make the grab himself. 2 down.
Almost the exact same play, just a different person who records the putout.
As I was saying, Ballard, they were able to save him with how big a lead they were able to get, meaning Ballard needs no days of rest. He could pitch today, although based on my conversations with Coach DeVito, it would seem unlikely he is going to go in back-to-back days.
Yeah, and in a tournament like this, what separates the good teams from the great teams is your depth, especially when it comes to pitching. With the American Legion rules, I believe it's if you pitch 81 or more pitches, you need a required 4 days of rest. So for a guy like Josh Giancola, who pitched above 80 pitches, he's done for the whole tournament. The 4 days of rest would bring him to Wednesday, the final day of rest, and that would be the championship game. So being able to have a guy like Tyler Ballard still available, pulling him early, it's a huge deal for this Milford team.
Up now is Mark Garner. He's got a 2-1 count. The first one was a looping curveball missed up high. The second one was beautifully dropped in, and then a fastball down in the dirt from Pedroli, working from the windup. Here's the 2-1 to the left-handed batter, and that one also drops down low. 3-1. Although with the weather we're going to have this week, who knows what's going to happen. If Milford was to reach the championship, there's also a good chance it could get pushed into Thursday, allowing Giancola to pitch. Here's the 3-1. That one's down low. And Pedroli, with 2 outs, is going to walk a batter.
Not the greatest thing. You definitely love to see Pedroli try to go 1-2-3 there and try to preserve his arm a little bit more, try to go deeper into some games. Like you said about the weather, this is the last predicted day of sunshine for the rest of the week. It is, I'm looking at my weather app right now, the next week literally is all rain. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All rain on the forecast. Hopefully light enough to play through is what we pray for.
First pitch to Cam Cerrone is a ball, must have just missed up high from Pedroli, who's staring at first base. Here's the next pitch. That one's a fastball up high as well, 2-0.
This is a good job from Leominster trying to boost Nick Pedroli's pitch count a little bit. It was way too quickly through those first 2 batters, but after that Garner walk, he's going to have to work for this final out.
Here's the next pitch. This one's lifted foul. And they'll go in towards the concourse. 2-1. Cerrone, probably the best hitter, although there's a pretty stacked Leominster team as well, but you'd probably put him up there. He's one of the better hitters on this team.
Yeah, he's 1 for 5 this tournament. A couple of RBIs, a couple of walks drawn as well.
Here's the 2-1. That's in there for a strike right at the lettering. Evens it up at 2-2 with 2 down and a runner on first.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a velocity taken off of that one, maybe a little bit of a change-up dropping in there for a 2-2 count.
As the runner takes off on the 2-2, this one's hit towards third base, and that one's going to get through into left field. The runner was taking off, but not going to take the turn towards third base as it came off the glove of Majorano. It's going to be a single for Cam Cerrone, and they got 2 runners on with 2 down, trying to make some madness happen here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, a little bit of it's a hot corner, and Majorano faced with some exit velo off the bat of Cerrone there. He got a piece of it with his glove and a little bit of a late jump, and there's no shade that's going to be beneficial for the fielders today. Sun is shining brightly, almost no clouds in sight, except very much on the horizon here in Milford.
So A.J. Wozniak, the left fielder, has 2 on. Here's the first pitch to him, fastball up high. Pedroli just shaking out his arm a bit, trying to reset himself now to 15 pitches in the inning. All he needs is one more out to get out of this jam. Here's the 1-0. That's on the outside corner, a good fastball. 1-1. As you mentioned, a beautiful day as the crowd starts to trickle in, even on a Monday at 1 o'clock. Still some Milford faithful out here to come watch the 1-1 pitch. It's up high.
We hope all the people working at this time of the day are able to tune in, follow the team here on MyFM 101.3.
Maybe you got some earbuds in while your boss thinks you're doing some work.
Yeah, who doesn't do that?
Here's the 2-1. That one's in there for a strike, a nice breaking ball.
I'm sure your boss will understand.
Well, imagine I was listening to something while calling a game. That would be a hard thing to do.
Might be a little bit frowned upon. There might be too much audio pollution just going on in my ears.
I think I would definitely be overstimulated if I was imagine I was trying to listen to a Red Sox game while trying to call a Legion game.
Oh, my goodness. Can't even imagine. I'm calling both games.
Here's the 2-2 in there for a called strike. Nick Pedroli sends him down looking. A huge strikeout brought to you by Unibank from Nick Pedroli. We head to the top of the second. Milford leading Leominster 1-0 on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping New England families find their way since 1966.
McIntyre Loam is proud to support the fine young athletes, coaches, and local schools featured on the MyFM Media Local Sports Network. For generations, McIntyre Loam has helped homeowners, landscapers, and communities build from the ground up, providing quality loam, mulch, gravel, stone, and reliable delivery you can count on. It's the same commitment to hard work, teamwork, and doing things the right way that we see every time these local teams take the field. McIntyre Loam, proudly supporting local sports and the communities we call home.
Don't be fooled by the name Pepperoncini's Pizzeria. It's not just pizza. Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill at East Main Street in Milford is a family restaurant with a full menu for your full family. From their great tasting appetizers to game time wings on the bone tossed in a multitude of different flavors. Pepperoncini's offers catering for all corporate events as well as private parties. For the best pizza in the Milford area, it's Pepperoncini's. Bring the family to Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill. You won't leave hungry. Gluten-free pizza on the menu.
This presentation of the MyFM Local Sports Network is being brought to you in part by Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop, providing quality products and exceptional service to the greater Milford community. Oliva's will make your party one your guests will never forget. Whatever your special occasion may be, a stop at Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop is a must. And try Oliva's homemade sausage. Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop, the freshest cold cuts in town.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your one-stop shop for RV sales, parts, and service. As we head into the top of the second here at Pheno Field, Milford, Massachusetts, it's a beautiful, warm day for some baseball.
One thing that's different in this game, Dylan, the last time these two teams played, no broken glass delay in the first inning.
Well, let's hope that does not happen. We would not want that. And it would be more likely on the concourse than it would on the field. First pitch to Majorano is fouled off right towards the Milford dugout.
Well, you never know.
Unless you hit one down the left or right field line.
Yeah, I'm looking at that left field light post right there.
The next pitch is down low in the dirt. Now leaving the count at one apiece here for Majorano. Played that third base position. The 1-1 spiked again there from Frade, who's just having a little bit of trouble locating early on.
Seems like this Leominster defense and pitching has had a little bit of trouble waking up.
A big swing and foul tipped from Majorano. Called strike. 2-2. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. It's dropped, third strike. Majorano's going to run down the throw to first base in time and completes the strikeout brought to you by Unibank. One down here in the top of the second.
Majorano getting caught chasing a couple of low pitches over the course of that at-bat, and it was good stuff by Danny Frade on the mound. I think some changeup or some curveball action getting Majorano to chase. One up, one down here in the second.
It's going to bring up Matt Pedroli now. Here's the first pitch, a breaking ball. That's hit over towards the shortstop. Making a nice backhand stab is Corbin. The throw across is going to be off target, though. He's going to be in there safely, reaching on the error.
That was going to be a real tough play for Sawyer Corbin to make. It was a real good stop. The backhand dropping down to a knee to make the grab off the grounder. That's a tough throw to make. He's already moving to his right towards third base to field it. It would have been real close. I think Pedroli still may have beaten it had the throw been on target. But the throw was just a tad wide, pulled Nelson off the bag.
So it is actually being ruled an infield single. So it is a single for Matt Pedroli, who's had a hot tournament so far. Had 4 RBIs yesterday. Now it's Josh Bouchard. That one's in there for a called strike. He came in pinch hitting for Sean Bouchard yesterday.
Matt Pedroli now to 5 RBI in this tournament. He hit the lone RBI in the 2-1 loss to Franklin.
They pick off over to Matt, who was only a half step off first base and gets right back on. So 1-1 to Josh Bouchard. Right-handed batter, and time is called by Bouchard. Looking to try and produce another run here. It's definitely hot.
Just a little bit.
I had to move my phone away before it overheats. Here's the 1-1. That's inside, almost clips the jersey. 2-1 the count. Working from the stretch. Taking off is Matt Pedroli. That one swung up the middle, hits off the pitcher's glove. Bouchard's hustling down the base path, and he's going to be safe. No throw made there. Throw back to Pedroli, who's safe at second, and he might have worn that one. It came off him. He's going to call time. Not sure quite where it hit Pedroli. Everyone's safe, though, on the infield single.
I think multiple people got hit with balls there. I think it was Danny Frade who actually took it off the inside of the ankle on that comebacker by Josh Bouchard. He chased after it. No throw to first, but the throw back to second after Matt Pedroli got a little bit antsy trying to take off for third. The throw back to him. Don't know where it got him. Maybe around the torso, shoulder area, but he appears to be all right. Quick conversation with his head coach, Steve DeVito. And 2 runners on, 1 away for the catcher, Brady Iarusi.
Looked like he was maybe rubbing the inside of his elbow, forearm area.
Looked like he's grabbing his left hip as well.
Showing bunt is Iarusi as he pops that one up and goes up and over the booth. Me and Joe were talking yesterday about what the probability is of a ball coming into here and if it's even physically possible.
It definitely is. It needs to have a little bit low velocity, but it needs to have the right spin and arc over the backstop.
On the 0-1 pitch, it drops down below. Iarusi didn't show bunt that time. Coming in was Nelson from first base. He's still on the infield grass, 1-1. Still a bunting situation potentially for Iarusi, as Coach DeVito gives the signal to everyone. Here's the 1-1. Iarusi swings on that one foul, has a nice barehanded snag from DeVito at third base.
Well, he's good at those, isn't he? I've seen a good handful of those from him all season long. Anything hitting foul territory on the third base side, DeVito can make the barehanded play.
He gives a little smirk over to the Leominster dugout. Counts 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one's down low. Evens it up at 2 apiece.
Do you think first base and third base coaches kind of have like a mini competition with one another to see who can make the better plays in the field?
Yeah, there's probably some mutual competition there. Here's a 2-2 to Iarusi. In there for a called strike, and he knew it as soon as it blew past him. He gets sent down to the dugout, and we go back to the top of the order. First, we're going to have a mound visit, though. That strikeout brought to you by Unibank.
I expect both of these teams to kind of not be afraid to reach into the well in terms of bullpen usage. Obviously, you want to keep pitchers' pitch counts down should you win this game and advance in the tournament. You want to have your best pitchers available for games when it's an elimination game. Unfortunately, I think both these teams know that they are in the running to compete for this state championship, and you don't want to get rid of your best pitchers too early. Obviously, now with Milford not having Giancola for the rest of the tournament, and I believe Leominster is down a couple of pitchers as well, but they want to keep Danny Frade going as long as they can without him requiring too much rest. However, this being day 3, eventually you're just going to have to empty the clip at one point.
Well, he's at 31 pitches, so he's already going to need at least one day, as that one's down in the dirt. If they wanted to have him available for Wednesday, he'd have to stay 45 or below. Runners on first and second for Nick Pedroli. It's Bouchard on first, Matt Pedroli on second. Nick Pedroli hits that one, a soft grounder into the right field. They're going to be aggressive and send Matt Pedroli home. The throw is going to be not in time. And it's another RBI for Nick Pedroli as he brings home brother Matt in 2-0 for Milford.
Only a matter of time before we saw this. Nick brings home Matt off a solid base hit single on the right side into right field grass. And we know Steve DeVito, he's going to send that runner around third every single time. No hesitation by Matt Pedroli. He got on his high horse. 4th run scored this tournament. It's now 2-0 Milford.
And now brings up Joey McGee. First pitch, a looping curveball up high. And it's good to see Nick getting on base twice now. Yesterday, the leadoff spot was cursed.
Yeah, he's just 1 for 5 after going 0 for 4 yesterday. His one hit was in the 7th inning in that game versus Franklin.
That's a called strike on the breaking ball. Even Brady Wajda, who came in to hit after him, I believe went 0 for 2, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. Here's the 1-1. Joey McGee hits that one over the shortstop's head. They're going to send Josh Bouchard home. There won't be a throw there. The throw to third base. Not in time. Advancing the second is Joey McGee. Milford's hitting around here. And they are up 3-0.
Boy. What a hit by Joey McGee. Just a little bit of a floater over the head of Sawyer Corbin. He leapt up way in the air to try and grab that one. Couldn't quite spear it with the glove. McGee, good heads-up base running. Notice the throw from, I believe it was Gardner, who came in from center field to field the ball in the outfield. Threw it to Tetro over at third to try and gun down Nick Pedroli. Couldn't quite get him.
As that one's lifted by Fournier down the foul line left field, no one's going to be there in time. Just about evades a fan walking down there, too.
Heads up there. He was walking with his back turned to the play. That's not what they teach you in practice.
No, you always got to have an eye on the ball. So second and third for Jackson Fournier. Here's the 0-1. That one loops outside. 1-1.
Here's an opportunity to break this game wide open, is what I would say. Had these two teams not played each other a week prior, Milford had a 4-0 lead in that game before Leominster would score 4 of their own in the bottom of the third inning to tie things up.
The 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball that misses out wide, so now 2-1 to Fournier. The next pitch, that's a fastball high and wide as well. Now a hitter's count here. 3-1 with 2 down, runners on second, third for Fournier.
Yeah, it looks like they're pitching him outside. Let's see if he's able to poke one.
Comes set now, does Frade. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, a beautiful one that drops in on the back door.
Not one that Fournier was expecting. I think he was expecting a bit of an outside pitch there, hoping to draw a walk. Instead, it's now full.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike on the outside corner. Fournier couldn't believe it. But that's going to do it for Milford's at-bat here in the top of the second. They managed to get 2 across the board, but leave 2 stranded as we head on into the bottom of the second, right here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping families create lifelong memories, one adventure at a time.
This presentation of the MyFM Local Sports Network is brought to you by PJ's Restaurants. Enjoy authentic barbecue at PJ's Smoke and Grill in Midway. Award-winning wings, burgers, and steak tips at PJ's Bar and Grill in Bellingham. Or all-day breakfast and lunch at the newly reimagined Miss Menden Diner. PJ's Restaurants, proud supporters of local sports and proud sponsors of the MyFM Local Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Foley, president of Unibank. Beyond banking transactions, Unibank's mission is to serve the Central Mass community through our philanthropic efforts. The more checking and savings accounts that you entrust to us, the more we're able to give back to nonprofit organizations. We have 14 convenient locations across the Central Mass region, and switching to us is an investment in your local community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 583135, unibank.com.
Looking for a new ride? Make your next stop Milford Auto Mall. Now proudly serving customers from their new location on Route 140 in Hopedale, right next to Milford Tire and Service. Family owned and operated, Milford Auto Mall offers a great selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs with friendly, hassle-free service. Whether you're buying your first vehicle or upgrading your current ride, Milford Auto Mall is here to help. Visit them today on Route 140 in Hopedale and
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping New England families find their way since 1966. It's the bottom of the second. Due up are the 7, 8, and 9, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, which will be Connor Moriarty, Brett Richard, and Nolan Tetro, who've got some work cut out for them.
Yeah, down 3-0 now for Leominster, and they've been in this situation before, luckily enough for Leominster. Again, it was 4-0 Milford in the championship game a week ago. Going into the bottom of the third inning, Leominster would score 4 in the bottom half of that third to tie things up before Milford would win 11-8 in 8 innings. But you're down by 3 heading into the bottom of the second inning. Still a lot of time, and you don't need to get all 3 here in the bottom half here. If you're able to get 1, I'm sure Leominster will be just fine with that.
Moriarty fouls off the first pitch from Pedroli. Frade is up to 42 pitches through 2. That was Pedroli's 20th pitch. Here's the 0-1. A beautiful breaking ball that drops right in there for a called strike.
That was painted picture perfect by Nick Pedroli. What a curveball.
He loves to put that curveball. He's also got a tailing fastball. Here's the 0-2. That fastball just a bit low, though, as he pulls it down. 1-2 the count now to the DH today, Moriarty. In the right-handed batter's box. The next pitch. That one's lifted out towards left field. Going back on it is Fournier at the warning track. He'll make the grab. 1 down.
Yeah, he turned on this one, did Moriarty. Just couldn't quite square it up. Maybe he doesn't have the bat speed in order to lift that one over the left field fence. It was hard hit, but just quite not enough to get it over Fournier and over the wall for a solo shot.
So I'll bring up Brett Richard, the right fielder, and number 7 hitter, as the fastball is missing a bit high to him from Pedroli. Pedroli working from the windup on third base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-0. This one's lifted high in the infield. Settling underneath it is Metcalf. He'll make the grab from first base, and 2 down.
Just 5 pitches this inning for Nick Pedroli. He's already got 1 and 2. This is very similar to the first inning. 2 quick outs, but he walked Gardner and gave up a single to Cerrone back in the first. This is a big at-bat here for Nolan Tetro, trying to extend this inning and drive up Pedroli's pitch count.
Yeah, a fly out and a pop out to start both innings. He hopes for a different result, Pedroli here, as the first pitch foul tipped and caught by Iarussi for a strike. Tetro at third base today, wearing number 9 on his back. Here's the 0-1. That one just slips out the hand of Pedroli. It'll bring the count 1-1. Stands back on the mound. Here's the pitch. And there's that looping curveball again, which it's so hard to track.
It looked like it was going way outside to start, but it just tucked back in on the outside corner. Man, Pedroli is loving that curveball today.
Counts 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one's hit out towards center field. Brother Matt has to take a couple steps back, but settles under, makes the grab. 1-2-3. A nice, easy inning there for Pedroli. Just 9 pitches needed as we head into the top of the third right here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network. Presented by Campers Inn RV, your one-stop shop for RV sales, parts, and service.
Does Milford Federal have solutions for my business needs?
If you're talking to banks about your commercial lending needs, then let Milford Federal be part of the conversation. Whether you're purchasing property, expanding your business, or refinancing debt, setting up the right financial structure is key to long-term success. Their commercial lending team will work with you to understand your current objectives, define your future goals, and recommend a solution that's tailored to your business. Call Milford Federal Bank at 508-381-5208. Our community, your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 465956.
For 60 years, Crystal Pool and Spa has been helping families dive into summer the right way. From pool openings and water care to pumps, filters, liners, and robotic cleaners, we have everything you need to get your pool ready for a season of fun. Stop by Crystal Pool and Spa in Bellingham, your hometown pool experts for 6 decades and counting. Crystal Pool and Spa, 60 years of making summers better.
Hello, my name is Nicole Consigli-Comishlian, and I am co-owner of Consigli Ruggiero Funeral Home alongside my father, David Consigli. For over the past 75 years, we have been serving the greater Milford community as a family-owned and operated funeral home. We specialize in pre-planning and ensure that your needs are met one family at a time. We are here to ensure your last memory remains a special one. Please contact us at 508-473-0513 to let us assist you during this difficult time.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers in RV, helping families create lifelong memories, one adventure at a time. Gavin Metcalf, number 4 hitter, will lead off this top of the third as a curveball misses just inside for a ball.
Here's an opportunity for Milford to really try and make this near insurmountable for Leominster. Already up 3-0. Leominster can't quite get anything going offensively. Milford's able to put up another run, maybe 2, maybe more.
That one's pulled as now Metcalf pushes that one down the right field line. They're going to send him. No, they're going to hold him at first base. At first, the thought was send him, but that one picked up cleanly by Richard and thrown in, and you'll just take the leadoff single.
Yeah, Metcalf now 2 for 2. Really nice piece of hitting, pushing it right down the first baseline for a righty. That's real good. And it was a good job not sending him over to second base. Richard was pretty deep in right field. Good job. Just take the leadoff single and keep the lineup moving.
I think if you have maybe one of the Pedrolis, Majorano, or maybe even McGee, you might get aggressive with them. They got some more wheels behind them. But now brings up Schoenberg. Here's the first pitch. That curveball misses up high.
Gavin Metcalf now 4 for 5 over the course of this tournament.
He has had a really strong showing. Schoenberg looking to get going here. The 1-0 is pulled outside. They'll move the count to 2-0.
Strong eye by Schoenberg. He had that moment in the Franklin game where the bases were loaded with Milford and Franklin tied 1-1. Schoenberg struck out looking to leave the bases stranded. Franklin would score a home run in the top of the 6th. En route to that 2-1 victory.
One's a strike as Schoenberg swung on it. Moves the count to 2-1. Pickoff as Metcalf falls back on to first base. On the pickoff from Frade, who's now up to 48 pitches. Looks back over at Metcalf. Here he comes. The 2-1 is fouled. And so Schoenberg will now find himself 2-2 as Frade has battled back.
One hit for Schoenberg in this tournament and came yesterday versus Northampton. Sure, he'd love to get one here with a runner on.
Metcalf faked like he was taking off as Schoenberg fouls that one off.
Yeah, someone yelled runner from the Leominster bench. Metcalf definitely had them fooled.
Just trying to get a bit in the head of the pitcher.
It's not exactly one for stealing bases.
Looking back at Metcalf. Here's the 2-2. He fake takes off again. Now it's a slow chopper to the second baseman who's going to scoop it up and throw to first base as Metcalf moves over to second on the first out of the inning.
Very similar to Jackson Fournier's ground out back in the first, which was able to advance Pedroia to third. This one by Schoenberg advances Metcalf to second. Again, a little bit of a fake takeoff, a fake steal, but after contact was made, he took off for second, essentially eliminating the double play for Mariani, and now Metcalf in scoring position for Ben Majorano.
Majorano looking to get his first hit of the day, struck out in his first appearance as the breaking ball drops in there. Milford push it to a 4-0 lead. Matt Pedroli on deck. Here's the 0-1. That one's fouled off on another breaking ball. 0-2 the count.
These Milford bats are getting real dangerously close to just pushing every off-speed pitch toward right field. They're really letting them travel.
The 0-2 pitch. Just misses outside. It'll be a ball.
This curveball by Frey, they're just getting a little bit underneath it. If they're able to square it up, they're absolutely going to be able to push things over to right field for these right-handed batters.
Counts 1-2. That one dragged into the left-handed batter's box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Working from the stretch, Frade. Here's the 2-2. Big swing and miss from Majorano on the fastball, and he gets sent down for his second strikeout of the day, brought to you by Unibank.
Make that now 5 Ks for Danny Frade. He's actually pitching really well. He's getting a lot of strikeouts despite giving up 3 earned runs so far through 2 2/3 innings.
Now it's Matt Pedroli, slaps that one towards center field. Now coming in, kind of a bad adjustment there from Garner. And so coming on in to score is Gavin Metcalf on the RBI single.
Make that 6 RBIs this tournament for Matt Pedroli. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. And Garner, for my opinion, looked like he made the right play. He wasn't going to be able to lay out and make that one. Let that one travel, let it bounce to him, try to field it on the one hop.
Matt Pedroli takes off for second base. He slides in there safe as the catch is not clean. So he's in at second base. It looked like, though, Garner took the first step in and then hesitated and then went back in again, though.
Yeah, he just misplayed it, I think, a little bit. I think the right play would have been to field it on the one hop. It didn't look as strongly hit from Pedroli, but couldn't quite field it on the one hop cleanly. It gave Metcalf a little bit of extra time to round third and touch home plate safely.
Counts now 2-0 here to Josh Bouchard. That breaking ball just inside, avoiding him. 3-0 with Matt Pedroli now on second base. 2 down. 3-0 count. The pitch. That one down low. Bouchard will take the free walk. And he'll bring up Brady Iarusi with 2 down and 2 on.
Only the second walk dished out today by Danny Frade. He walked Nick Pedroli to lead off the ball game. And now Josh Bouchard gets a free pass. Runners on first and second with Brady Iarusi up.
Well, the bats have stayed hot for Milford. They didn't use too much of the juice up yesterday. Bouchard on first. Matt Pedroli on second. Here's the first pitch to Iarusi, a breaking ball, and there for a called strike. Now, when he's able to control it, Frade, it's a beauty, but it's been a little out of control sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes he's left it too far inside on these righties.
As he pulls the fastball as well, that's happened a couple times as well.
Indeed, in the fastball, he's just putting it too far outside. I see what he's trying to do. He's just missing a little bit too much. Inside on the curve, outside on the fastball. He's got to rein it in a little bit to prevent more runs from being scored.
Counts 1-1. That one in there, dropping on the bottom corner inside on Iarusi.
That's what he's been looking for all game. That curveball that starts up and inside, then tucks into the lower inside corner.
1-2. Here's the pitch. That one slapped and staying alive to Iarusi. Great job battling.
Iarusi is such a strong contact hitter. He's a tough out. He struck out looking in the second. I think he wants to avoid that. He's good at protecting the plate.
1-2. Here's the pitch. That one just down low, and Pedroli takes off for third base. No throw.
That was an awkward play. It looked like that he thought it was a full count almost. It was almost like a late jump by Matt Pedroli, but no throw taken by Cam Cerrone. Now runners are on the corners, and that could make things interesting with Bouchard at first. He might try the defensive indifference play, try to take off for second, give Matt Pedroli some time to go for the plate.
The sign was just given by the catcher Cerrone. No one goes. That breaking ball misses up high. And so now the count's full. So Josh Bouchard will be off on the windup. As he comes set, here's the 3-2. That one's inside on Iarusi, and it's going to load him up for Nick Pedroli.
This is where things are going to get dangerous. We would not be surprised if the Leominster coach comes out here to talk to his pitcher, Danny Frade. This is a dire situation for Leominster. Down 4-0 already. Bases loaded for one of the more dangerous Milford batters.
Well, no meeting. Here's the first pitch to Nick, and that one's down low and maybe a bit outside. 1-0.
4 consecutive balls now for Danny Frade.
It's 4-0 in the top of the third. 2 down here. Here's the next pitch. That one's in low. So 2-0 to Nick Pedroli. Steps back in. Irucci on first, Bouchard on second, Matt on third. The next pitch is down low, and so it's 3-0. And I've got to imagine a big red light is up for Nick Pedroli, even how good a hitter he is.
Absolutely not. You do not swing here. You'll take your chances. It's okay to walk in a run.
As that one just about clips that outside. Even if he had the green light, I don't think he would have swung at that one. 3-1 now the count.
Maybe a little bit of a gift. Look just a tad outside to me.
Come set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that swung and into left center field. It's going to bring at least 2 in. Irucci's rounding for third base. Pedroli's at second. DeVito puts out the stop sign. It's a 2 RBI double for Matt Pedroli. 6-0 Milford leads.
Boy, oh boy. Nick Pedroli reaching base all 3 at-bats. He adds 2 more RBIs, bringing his total to 3. In comes Matt Pedroli and Josh Bouchard. 6-0 Milford to start this ball game. They are just taking it to their District 4 rivals.
So second and third now, with Joey McGee up and no meeting at the mound. Frade's going to work from the windup as McGee hits that one into right center field. That's going to drive in 2 runs. McGee's turning for second. The throw is going to be not in time. Back-to-back 2 RBI doubles. It's 8-0 Milford.
2 pitches, 2 swings, 4 runs scored, 8-0. Back-to-back doubles by Pedroli and McGee. McGee's got 3 RBIs as well. Pedroli scores his first run of the tournament, crosses plate for the second time today. Man, Jackson Fournier now up to bat, the 9th batter for Milford in this inning.
Fournier drives that one down the first baseline, foul. Milford's bats are on fire.
And a lot of them have come, again, with 2 outs. 2-out hitting has been remarkable all season long.
That next pitch on the outside corner for called strike, 0-2. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Fournier slaps that one towards the second baseman. Mariani picks it up and throws it at first in time, but they stop the bleeding, but not before Milford can tack on 5 more runs. It's 8-0 heading into the bottom of the third right here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your headquarters for camping, road trips, and summer fun.
Hello, my name is Nicole Consigli-Commischlian, and I am co-owner of Consigli Ruggiero Funeral Home alongside my father, David Consigli. For over the past 75 years, we have been serving the greater Milford community as a family-owned and operated funeral home. We specialize in pre-planning and ensure that your needs are met one family at a time. We are here to ensure your last memory remains a special one. Please contact us at 508-473-0513 to let us assist you during this difficult time.
Are you thinking about buying a new car or maybe looking to refinance an existing car loan? At Homefield Credit Union, we offer competitive rates on new car purchases as well as car loan refinancing. And with our Auto Advisor program, Homefield Credit Union can help you get a fair and competitive price on a new or used vehicle while financing directly with the credit union. Homefield Credit Union, banking with a Homefield advantage. Stop by or call today, 508-839-5493, 138 South Main Street in Milford and at 86 Worcester Street in North Grafton.
Whoa! Oh.
Oops, sorry.
That's fine, honey.
Mom, I'm home from practice, and I brought the whole team.
Oh, the floor. Okay, that's great. No, that's great.
Hey, honey. Can you believe all the rain?
Oh, whew, we need new floors.
Milford Hardwood, South Main Street, Milford. Your hardwood flooring professionals with a large selection of hardwood flooring to meet your budget. Pick up a sample today.
Milford Regional Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine offers physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and sports and services at convenient appointment hours in Milford, Franklin, and Northbridge. To learn more, visit milfordregional.org/rehab. UMass Memorial Health Milford Regional is committed to providing exceptional healthcare services to our community with dignity, compassion, and respect.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping New England families find their way since 1966. It's 8-0 Milford in the bottom of the third. Andrew, what an inning from Milford.
Yeah, what an inning for Milford indeed. They went all the way around the order. 4 hits, 5 runs scored, a couple of 2-run doubles by Nick Pedroli and Joey McGee on back-to-back pitches. Man, the offense just has not cooled down one bit since that 24-5 win yesterday over Northampton. But now this is a big inning for Nick Pedroli. You'll be able to just absolutely shut down Leominster here in the bottom of the third, give them no momentum to try and mount a possible comeback bid. Complacency is the one thing that's going to kill this Milford team in this game, and a big outing or big inning from Nick Pedroli can put a halt to that.
As Danny Nelson pokes that one into left center field after the first pitch was a breaking ball on the outside. It's a leadoff single for the number 9 hole hitter, Danny Nelson, to try and get things going here for Leominster.
Not a bad start for Danny Nelson. This is his first appearance in this tournament. Did not play either of the first 2 games. Second pitch he sees, just reaches out this one, pokes it with the end of the barrel, lofts it over the head of Schoenberg for a leadoff single.
Sawyer Corbin now up to the plate. That first one, fastball just missing out wide. Pedroli shakes his head in disagreement.
Yeah, he thought he got that outside corner, just missing, a little bit low and away, but can't think too much on it. Get right back to it.
Counts 1-0. This one's lifted high in foul territory. Metcalf is settling underneath it. Now comes back and will make the grab. 1 down. A lot of pop-ups so far Pedroli's been able to produce.
Yep, that's now 3 of them. 1 to McGee and now 2 to Metcalf over at first base. This one in foul territory just in front of the Milford dugout. And he's been working quick now, just 33 pitches for Nick Pedroli through 2 1/3.
And now brings up Brendan Mariani, who takes the first pitch up high. 1-0.
This top of the order has got to be able to find a way to keep things going here.
Here's the next pitch. That one just inside as Irucci tried to frame it. 2-0.
Right now it's a whole lot of nothing. Sawyer Corbin now 0 for 2. Mariani 0 for 1. Gardner just drew a walk in the first inning. Only 2 hits have been from Cam Cerrone and now Danny Nelson.
The 2-0 is a looping curveball just missing on the outside, and Pedroli's wondering where that missed.
He's got to be careful out there. I know he's not too happy about the calls right now, but he can't think too much of it, and worst of all, get himself in trouble with the blue.
Here's the 3-0 pitch, fastball straight down the heart, called strike.
That's all you got to do. Just find a way to attack the zone. If you get the call, you get the call. If not, just put your head down, right back to work.
3-1 the count now to Mariani. That pitch, fastball, inside, called strike. Brings it back full, does Pedroli. Working from the stretch. Staring straight over at Corbin as he comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. And he gets the pickoff. The throw down to second. Schoenberg plies the tag and gets him out. What a beautiful pickoff move from Pedroli.
That was gorgeous. Oh, my goodness. What an incredible catch by Sam Schoenberg on the throw from Metcalf. Throw is a little bit low. I don't know if Schoenberg fielded that one on a hop. I don't know if he was able to pick that off the dirt, but my goodness. Fields it cleanly, able to tag Danny Nelson, and just like that, 2 gone.
Here's the payoff pitch. It's fouled away. Heads up in the stands. Hits off the back of bar of the stands and actually caught by a fan. Nice play made out there. And so 2 down. Count is full. A chance for an unconventional 1-2-3 inning from Pedroli. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. And just about getting a piece of that one was Mariani as it looped back in on his hands.
Yeah, this is going to be a real unconventional 1-2-3, but I'm sure Nick Pedroli will take that all day long now at just 40 pitches.
So we'll go for payoff pitch part 3. Here it is. That one swung and missed. It's a drop third strike. Iarusi corrals it in the throw down to first. In time, strikeout brought to you by Unibank. There's the unconventional 1-2-3 inning as we head now into the top of the fourth inning. Milford leading 8-0 on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your one-stop shop for RV sales, parts, and service.
Hey, it's Anthony from the Embroidery Bar in Milford, and this summer it's all about looking your best. From custom t-shirts, hats, and shorts to tumblers, keychains, flasks, bottle openers, and more, we've got everything you need to stand out at the beach, the cookout, or wherever summer takes you. Need something unique? No problem. If you can think it, we can create it. Whether it's for your business, your team, or just for fun, we'll help bring your ideas to life with custom designs that fit your style. Stop by the Embroidery Bar, 189 West Street in Milford, and get ready to make this your best looking summer yet. Hey, it's Anthony from the Embroidery Bar in Milford, and
This presentation of the MyFM Local Sports Network is being brought to you in part by All Temp Systems. When it comes to keeping your home comfortable year-round, trust the team at All Temp Systems. Their experienced technicians provide quality heating, cooling, and home comfort solutions with a customer-first approach and upfront pricing. They serve all major brands and are fully licensed and insured, giving you peace of mind with every visit. For your family's home comfort needs, make the call to the team you can trust. All Temp Systems, Pond Street in Milford.
Hey, this is Jay with Full Service Junk Removal in Natick. From construction debris to furniture, yard waste, scrap metal, even hot tubs, we haul it all. Need a dumpster? We got you covered. Give us a call at 617-838-4977.
Full service junk removal in Natick, clearing the way for local teams and families to win. FullServiceJunkREM.com.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping families create lifelong memories one adventure at a time. We head now into the top of the fourth inning, and due up here for Milford will be the... Is it the...
I believe it'll be Metcalf, Schoenberg, Majorano.
Yes. What did I forgot to do the last out again for Foreigner?
It was a 4-3.
4-3. Okay, thank you. Forgot to do that. And we do have a new pitcher on the mound. It's Brett Richard coming in from right field. So that does it for Danny Frade. And moving out now to right field is going to be Connor Moriarty from the DH position. Danny Frade ends the day with 3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts.
And 78 pitches. They were able to chase him pretty quickly, and that 5-run third inning was just the cherry on top. Those back-to-back doubles by Nick Pedroli and Joey McGee, that kind of just spelled the end for Danny Frade. A tough outing for him, and Brett Richard is going to try to hold the score as is, but right now, the pitching is the least of their problems. The offense can't get anything going for Leominster over these first 3 innings.
First 2 pitches from Richard, both missed for balls. First one was a looping curveball, almost hit Metcalf. Second one, a fastball pulled. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, not a great start for Brett Richard. 2 wild pitches.
As the next one's in there for a fastball. 2-1. Comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled off. Evens it up at 2 apiece.
Gavin Metcalf 2 for 2 today. A couple of singles, an RBI, and a run scored already today.
Working from the stretch. The 2-2. That one actually goes behind Metcalf. I think for a second he thought he was just going to wear it. Brings the count full.
Why does that remind me of Syndergaard years ago on the Mets who got tossed for throwing 1 pitch behind the guy, even though it was clearly accidental?
The 3-2 swung and missed at Metcalf. Might have helped out Richard there, but nonetheless, it's a strikeout brought to you by Unibank. 1 down here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, maybe not the greatest plate discipline by Gavin Metcalf. That fastball was well high. It would have absolutely been ball 4. He fell for the high cheese. He swung away at it, trying to lift it. Maybe into right field, but got way too much under it. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, out number 1.
First pitch to Schoenberg's a fastball that misses out wide. It's 1-0. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Again, drags that one out wide. Now falls behind 2-0 again. Richard. Righty versus righty here. Schoenberg takes that one up high and now 3-0.
These next two batters, Schoenberg and Majorano, have been 0 for today, a combined 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts between the two of them.
Here's the 3-0 pitch, taking all the way. Schoenberg called strike.
I think they're more than willing to be a little bit patient, drive up Brett Richards' pitch count, draw a couple walks, get on base, make them even more uncomfortable defensively.
The next pitch, that one's up high and it'll be ball 4. And it's a walk down to first base with one down. Schoenberg's first time reaching.
That brings up number 20, third baseman.
Up comes Ben Majorano.
That is now Schoenberg's 5th drawn walk over the course of this tournament. He drew 1 in the game versus Franklin, 3 more in the game versus Northampton yesterday.
First pitch, again, a fastball missing up high. And so Milford has now seen that Richard hasn't quite been able to control, and it's time to be a little bit patient there up at the plate. Here's the 1-0. That one's on the outside for a called strike. Evens it up 1-1.
Yeah, he's pulling a lot of them to the outside against these righties. A couple of them have been able to clip the outside corner, but a lot of them have just missed very wide right into the near the left-handed batter's box. Our right, of course.
Schoenberg able to dive back in. The throw is there, but it wasn't caught cleanly. Here's the 1-1. Majorano fouls that one off. Up and over into the parking lot. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Majorano, I'm sure, has no problem being patient trying to draw a walk, but he's now 1 for 8 over the course of this tournament. That's not good enough by his own standards. He'd love to get a base hit.
Schoenberg takes off that pitch, misses for a ball. The throw is off target. It's a stolen bag for Schoenberg.
Boy, nothing is just going right for Leominster defensively. That's another poor throw by Cam Cerrone. Missing the target by a good, healthy margin. It pulled Corbin off the bag. A tag would not have been possible on Schoenberg.
2 balls and 2 strikes now to the third baseman, Majorano. Here's the pitch. He swings and hits that one out towards center field. Coming on in and making the grab there is Garner. Schoenberg's not even going to attempt to tag up with 2 down now. And he'll bring up Matt Pedroli.
Not a bad piece of hitting by Majorano. Just it was hit right to Garner. Good piece of hitting. Hard hit. Just straight to center field, and it was an easy play for Garner.
Well, good day so far from Pedroli. 2 for 2 with an RBI, stolen bag, and 2 runs scored.
Boy, what a revelation he has been for this Milford team. You think after the loss to Braden Lewis, you think you now have a massive gap in your roster, but Matt Pedroli has come in and filled that gap and then some.
As the 1-0 is hit up and over the press box here. Evens count at 1-1, and it's been attacked by multiple people. Obviously, the return of Gavin Metcalf, who's filled in that cleanup spot as well. Here's the 1-1 pitch, pulled wide. And also Jackson Fournier, who was out for a little bit. He's come back stronger than ever. I'm sure Matt Pedroli will be an addition for the future for this team as the 2-1 is fouled up and over out of play, and it'll even things up.
The fact that Coach Steve DeVita has been able to plug and play so many different variations of this lineup and not worry about a thing really speaks to the testament about how many guys that there are in this team who can contribute and make an impact.
The 2-2 misses up high and makes it 3-2 with 2 down. A runner on second base here to Matt Pedroli. Here's the 3-2. That's up high, and it's a walk for Matt Pedroli. And another runner on the bags for Milford, and brings up Josh Bouchard.
Boy, the bottom part of this order has just been absolutely lights out in the batter's box today. Matt Pedroli now reaching base each of his 3 plate appearances. Josh Bouchard reached base in each of his 2 plate appearances so far, a single and a walk drawn. Both of them have scored a couple of runs.
As Bouchard lifts that one towards left field, but coming in and making the grab is Wozniak. So they leave 2 stranded, no runs across the board for the first time today in an inning for Milford. Heading into the bottom of the 4th, they still lead 8-0 right here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your headquarters for camping, road trips, and summer fun.
Hey, this is Ray, the owner of Tailwind Tavern and Hopedale Pizza Market. We've got pizza, sandwich, chicken, seafood, and drinks perfect for the whole family after the game.
From post-practice dinners to game day nights, make the winning stop Tailwind Tavern in Hopedale, where families win after the game.
Hey, this is John, owner of Done Right Asphalt Repair. We handle asphalt paving and repairs, seal coating, crack sealing for both residential and commercial properties. We do it the right way.
When your pavement needs a comeback, make the smart play. Asphalt done right.
DoneRightAsphaltRepair.com.
McIntyre Loam is proud to support the fine young athletes, coaches, and local schools featured on the MyFM Media Local Sports Network. For generations, McIntyre Loam has helped homeowners, landscapers, and communities build from the ground up, providing quality loam, mulch, gravel, stone, and reliable delivery you can count on. It's the same commitment to hard work, teamwork, and doing things the right way that we see every time these local teams take the field. McIntyre Loam, proudly supporting local sports and the communities we call home.
Don't be fooled by the name Pepperoncini's Pizzeria. It's not just pizza. Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill at East Main Street in Milford is a family restaurant with a full menu for your full family. From their great tasting appetizers to game time wings on the bone tossed in a multitude of different flavors. Pepperoncini's offers catering for all corporate events as well as private parties. For the best pizza in the Milford area, it's Pepperoncini's. Bring the family to Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill. You won't leave hungry. Gluten-free pizza on the menu.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping New England families find their way since 1966. Milford can't produce a run that inning. Got a couple of base runners, though, but they still have an 8-run lead. And they now attack here the bottom 4th inning, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Andrew.
Yeah, you got to let Pedroli still go on the mound right now. He's been pitching wonderfully. Just 2 base hits given up so far. Only a handful of base runners have been left stranded. Only a couple, I should say, for Leominster. They both came in the first inning, but right now this offense for Leominster has been dead asleep. They got to find something to spark themselves back to life.
Well, in the championship game, it was Mark Garner who ripped that home run. If I believe I'm correct.
Yes, you are. It was a 2-run shot in the 3rd of that game.
He's now deep in an 0-2 count, though. As Pedroli sets up, here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball that's grounded over towards Schoenberg, who can't cleanly make the play as it bounces off of him. And so, unfortunately, a reach. I'm going to call that one an error. That's one Schoenberg should have.
Yeah, I'm going to call that one an error, too. That was a really hard-hit grounder. There's going to be a nice mark on Schoenberg's midsection after wearing that one. Sometimes this infield can just have a couple of wacky bounces if it doesn't bounce true. One of them there, unfortunately, still gets labeled as an E6. We'll see if Leominster can capitalize on that error. And it's the shade, thankfully, cloud cover.
We can't see the sun's up there.
At least a moment.
All
Wow,
right.
that changed the temperature in here by at least 15 degrees.
Cam Cerrone takes the first one for a ball. Here's the 1-0. That's also inside 2-0. Well, I hope you enjoyed it for the 1 minute we're going to have it because the sun will be coming back soon. That just makes things feel a lot better, though. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch. That one's hit out towards right field. Tracking it is Josh Bouchard. He'll make the grab. And recording another quick out there is Nick Pedroli.
Good piece of hitting. Looked like it was going to shoot right in the gap into right center field, but it tailed too far to right, and Bouchard was able to make the play, track it down.
Brings up A.J. Wozniak. Has 1 on with 1 down. First one, breaking ball escapes from Irusi. Bounces up in the midsection of the backstop. And easily into second base is Garner. And the second time today, a runner in scoring position for Leominster.
Yep, first time since the first inning. And both times it's been Mark Garner who's been at second base in scoring position. Wozniak struck out in the first inning. Let's see what he can do here to try and advance him.
The 1-0. This one's lifted, a high fly ball into left field. Dropping back as Jackson Fournier turns around. He'll make the grab. They won't test the arm, especially with 2 down. And now it'll bring up Connor Moriarty.
That brings up number 7, the designated hitter.
Another fly out. It's been a lot of high fly balls off of Pedroli, but no one really able to make solid contact.
That's now the 8th pop out or fly out for Leominster batters today, and we're only through 3 2/3 innings.
And that's
for Nick Pedroli.
I was going to say that's why here is pitch number 50 from Pedroli through 3 2/3. Really efficient so far from him.
Haven't been able to really square one up, have Leominster. I think the most squared up hit has been that Mark Garner hit that we just saw earlier that gets ruled as an error for Sam Schoenberg.
As that one's fouled off the inside of the bat from Moriarty, who's gone from DH now to right field. And it brings the count to 1-1.
They just can't quite seem to figure out Nick Pedroli, and I know we've been talking about having pitching depth and trying to save your pitchers in terms of pitch count, but with how he's going right now, you might want to just keep him in there.
Yeah, I think you probably will. He's already past the point of 2 days of rest anyways. A big swing and a miss on that one. Counts 1-2, and now with a 1-2 count, Pedroli wants to call in Iarusi for something.
There's a short conversation. Pedroli looks maybe a little bit animated there. Don't know if they got their signals crossed on the pitch call. Not really sure what that was about, but he's 1 strike away from getting out of another one.
So again, counts 1-2. Garner's on second. Moriarty with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Pedroli. That fastball is pulled up high. Evens it up at 2-2.
Yeah, I think Nick Pedroli is going to remain in this game until he gets into some serious trouble. He's already past the pitch count to the point where he'd be done for the rest of the tournament with the required rest. So at this point, 3 days rest or 4 days rest, it's all the same.
As that one bounces in the dirt, 3-2. And you want to just keep your good pitcher out there. Even though you've got the big lead, you don't want to let any creep of doubt sink into Milford. 3-2. Here's the pitch. And time was called. So time was called by the batter as Pedroli was getting ready to go, so no balk.
Boy, that was an awkward play. Mark Garner's very jumpy over at second base, making Pedroli have to worry about him, but Pedroli's got to close his mind off to him.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Garner takes off. This one's hit up the middle. McGee engulfs it into the chest. The throw to first in time. Nice and easy. Despite the error, Milford still comes out of it. No runs allowed, leaving a runner on base from Leominster. It's still 8-0 Milford here in an elimination game in Milford, Massachusetts, on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping families create lifelong memories, one adventure at a time.
This presentation of the MyFM Local Sports Network is being brought to you in part by Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop, providing quality products and exceptional service to the greater Milford community. Oliva's will make your party one your guests will never forget. Whatever your special occasion may be, a stop at Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop is a must. And try Oliva's homemade sausage. Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop, the freshest cold cuts in town.
This presentation of the MyFM Local Sports Network is brought to you by PJ's Restaurants. Enjoy authentic barbecue at PJ's Smoke and Grill in Midway. Award-winning wings, burgers, and steak tips at PJ's Bar and Grill in Bellingham. Or all-day breakfast and lunch at the newly reimagined Miss Menden Diner. PJ's Restaurants, proud supporters of local sports and proud sponsors of the MyFM Local Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Foley, president of Unibank. Beyond banking transactions, Unibank's mission is to serve the Central Mass community through our philanthropic efforts. The more checking and savings accounts that you entrust to us, the more we're able to give back to nonprofit organizations. We have 14 convenient locations across the Central Mass region, and switching to us is an investment in your local community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 583135, unibank.com.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your one-stop shop for RV sales, parts, and service 8-0 the Milford lead here in the top of the fifth. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters for Milford due up. Dylan Primary alongside me, Andrew McCarthy, Brett Richard, back out on the mound for his second inning of work.
Yeah, you can try to get this game wrapped up a little bit early, if you know what I mean, if you're able to send across 2 more over the plate, and then hopefully Pedroli keeps doing what he's been doing in the bottom half of each inning. But Brady Iarusi, Nick Pedroli, Joey McGee. Brady Iarusi looking for his first hit of the ball game, but Pedroli and McGee have been probably the 2 best batters for Milford all game long so far.
Iarusi with the walk, but looking to get things going with maybe a hit. See, he has 1 hit in the tournament.
He is just 1 for 2. Obviously, him and Nolan Murray alternate games behind the plate as catcher.
Here's the first pitch. That one drops in for a strike on the breaking ball. Yeah, so Iarusi would have played in that Franklin game.
Did indeed. He went 1 for 2 before he was pinch hit for by Josh Bouchard.
As he drives that one through to left field on the ground. That's perfect for Iarusi, a leadoff single.
There it is. What he needed, Brady Iarusi. He didn't play in the game didn't start, I should say, in the district championship game versus Leominster. Again, it was Nolan Murray, but he started dealing with a little bit of a wrist injury. And then in the 7th inning, Brady Iarusi came in before Leominster would tie it, force extras.
As this one's lifted high and foul down the right field line. Heads up, everybody. As that one bounces off the concourse, I saw the ball fly high in the air. 0-1 to Nick Pedroli.
Move your cars.
My car's deep enough. I should be okay.
I sure hope mine is too, but you never know with some of these batters.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Nick Pedroli drives that one. It's going to drop on into right field. Quickly cut off by Moriarty. Will hold up Iarusi at second base. It was a beautiful throw to third base. Would have been gunned out.
What a cannon by Moriarty. My goodness.
But back-to-back singles to lead off this inning for Milford.
Nick Pedroli now 3 for 3 with a walk drawn in the first. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. My goodness. And on top of that, his phenomenal pitching performance. He's having a remarkable game.
That's a Shohei Ohtani-esque type of day for him.
Yeah, except maybe leaving the yard 3 times.
It's going to bring up Joey McGee. That one's pushed up high. It'll be 1-0.
Have you been seeing the discourse on that? How he won the ESPY for best single game performance, and everyone was a little bit mad why it didn't go to Bam Adebayo for dropping 83?
I did, as the 1-0 just misses out wide. And I would say, well, guess what? I don't think you will ever see a player have that performance again. I think you're more likely to see someone put up 80 points.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Here's the 2-0. That one's lifted foul down the right field line once again. It's almost the same exact location and foul.
What was his official stat line of that game? At least 3 home runs. Was it what like 6 for 6, 5 for 5?
Yeah,
5 for 6, something crazy like that. On top of 7 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts.
It's
scoreless.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Here's the 2-1. That's inside. It'll be a ball 3-1. Just his hitting performance alone happens maybe 1 to 3 times, if that, in an MLB season.
Ugh.
As the 3-1, and it's going to walk the bases full with nobody out here by Joey McGee. But then on top of it, you put that he went 7 innings with 10 strikeouts. That's like an elite pitching performance.
It's absurd. It's absurd what he can do. He's still so young in his career. I said before he even joined the Dodgers, he is the best baseball player I have ever seen.
For sure. Definitely the best we've ever seen. As that one's in there for a called strike on Jackson Fournier.
I've been blessed enough to see him in person twice. Haven't seen him pitch. Seen him hit twice, and both times he's hit a home run.
Here's the 0-1 to Fournier. Breaking ball just misses outside. He saw his fair share of those in his second at-bat of the day.
He's having a little bit of a troublesome game as Fournier. He's 0 for 3 today.
Chance with the bases loaded. The 1-1 on the outside missing. So now 2-1. Although for him, all it takes is one swing of the bat, and he's had a great day.
He'd love nothing more than to send one, maybe a couple, maybe even clear the bases here if he hits in the right spot.
Well, he needs one to hit as that one's down in the dirt. 3-1. Hitters count with nobody out. Coming set now is Richard. The pitch, that one's fouled back. I would have caught that one if the fence wasn't there.
You know, I'm usually really good about not flinching if I'm sitting behind the backstop. It was very slight, but it got me a little bit.
I had the same reaction as well with how hard Fournier hits. Here's the 3-2. He rips that one down the right field line foul.
That would have been close. It was a little bit low and inside. They tried to get him to swing over top of it. Probably could have let that one go for ball 4, but doesn't want to take the chance, understandably so.
Wants to protect. Here's the payoff pitch. That one's way up high. He'll take the free walk. He'll get the RBI as well to his name and makes it 9-0 Milford. And the bases will remain loaded for Gavin Metcalf, who has been hot today.
Yeah, Iarussi scores his second run of the ball game. Gavin Metcalf now 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. He's still got the bases juiced, nobody out.
So Metcalf steps into the right-handed batter's box. The first pitch, and that's going to hit him. So he is going to walk on down to first, and that's an RBI for him. It's now 10-0 Milford as Pedroli comes across the plate. McGee moves up to third, Fournier to second.
It's just going from bad to worse for Leominster, and the team that was in first place of the District 4 standings almost all regular season long just couldn't quite capture the district crown, and right now they have Mount Everest to climb to try and stay in the state tournament.
Schoenberg into the right-handed batter's box now for himself. He rips the first one foul. That'll be strike one. He's also looking for a hit today.
0 for 2. Drew a walk last time up.
Coming set. Here's the 0-1. And that one, same result, foul tipped back up and over.
He's drawn 5 walks, but he is 1 for 6 over the course of this tournament.
Again, nobody out. Bases loaded. 10-0 Milford in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Richard. That's just low.
He's cooled off quite a bit since the middle of this season when he was arguably Milford's best batter, leading the team in RBIs for a solid chunk of the year.
1-2. The pitch. That's inside, and that's going to hit Schoenberg. So back-to-back hit by battersmen. And 3 times allowing a free runner with the bases loaded makes it 11-0 as McGee comes across the board. Fournier now to third, Metcalf to second. And that might just about do it for Richard's day. As there's a conversation up on the mound. There's still nobody out in the inning.
6 batters faced, not a single out recorded. This is definitely going to be it for Brett Richard, although he hasn't given his head coach the ball quite yet. He's talking to his entire infield, and I don't think he's very pleased with his team's effort right now, and he's actually going to leave Brett Richard in.
Well, and the question has to come, I know it's do or die, but also, I mean, it's a long climb back into this game, but you have to have some pitchers available for later on as well.
Yeah, and, you know, let's assume he gets pulled here. He's not going to be available now that he's pitched, what, is that 55 pitches?
44.
44 pitches. He's on the left side, yes. But you got to have more pitchers, and if they were to miraculously come back from this.
As Maiorano drives that one down the left field line, that's going to be fair. That's going to drive at least 2. It might be a bases clearing double. It is as Schoenberg's coming around third to home plate. He's in there standing up. Bases clearing double. It's 14-0 Milford.
Man, bad to worse. When it rains, it pours for Milford, and it is just pouring. It is a hurricane here at Pheno Field. That's now 6 runs, one-upping themselves from a 5-run third inning, 6 more here in the top of the 5th. It is just an absolute mosh pit here at Pheno Field.
That's now 38 runs in the last 10 innings now for Milford.
Is that good?
I think that's pretty good. As that one's up inside on Matt Pedroli, and they still have nobody out yet.
They were at 289 runs scored going into yesterday. What's 289 plus 24? What's that, 313?
Your math's better than mine.
313 out of 14 more. They're at 327 runs scored this year.
That's a pretty solid total.
This is game number 30 for them this season. Still well over 10 per game, nearing the 11 per game mark.
As Pedroli's got Majorano on second base with a 3-0 count. And he takes ball 4. And it's going to bring up the last batter of the inning for Milford, who hasn't batted, Josh Bouchard. But first, we are going to have a pitching change here in the top of the 5th. Again, it's an elimination game, and all signs are pointing towards Leominster going home 14-0. Nobody out. Runner on first and second for Josh Bouchard when we get back on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your headquarters for camping, road trips, and summer fun.
Looking for a new ride? Make your next stop Milford Auto Mall. Now proudly serving customers from their new location on Route 140 in Hopedale, right next to Milford Tire and Service. Family owned and operated, Milford Auto Mall offers a great selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs with friendly, hassle-free service. Whether you're buying your first vehicle or upgrading your current ride, Milford Auto Mall is here to help. Visit them today on Route 140 in Hopedale and
Does Milford Federal have solutions for my business needs?
If you're talking to banks about your commercial lending needs, then let Milford Federal be part of the conversation. Whether you're purchasing property, expanding your business, or refinancing debt, setting up the right financial structure is key to long-term success. Their commercial lending team will work with you to understand your current objectives, define your future goals, and recommend a solution that's tailored to your business. Call Milford Federal Bank at 508-381-5208. Our community, your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 465956.
For 60 years, Crystal Pool and Spa has been helping families dive into summer the right way. From pool openings and water care to pumps, filters, liners, and robotic cleaners, we have everything you need to get your pool ready for a season of fun. Stop by Crystal Pool and Spa in Bellingham, your hometown pool experts for 6 decades and counting. Crystal Pool and Spa, 60 years of making summers better.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping New England families find their way since 1966. It's Will Erda who takes the mound now for Leominster with runners on first and second. Here's Josh Bouchard up at the plate. That one's inside on him, just about misses, as we get some more shade here at Fino.
Will Erda, one of those pitchers that played in the district championship against Milford. He pitched an inning in the third in that game, giving up 4 earned runs, a lot of which coming in that 8th and extra inning.
Bouchard floats that one. It's going to drop on down into center field on the blooper. As the runners had to hold up just for a bit, it'll load them back up for the guy who led off this inning, Brady Iarusi. And still nobody has been out yet.
I was about to say, I don't remember the last time I've seen the entire order go around with not a single out recorded.
So bases loaded for Iarusi. Here's the pitch from Erda. That one's down in the dirt for a ball. One and oh. Here's the pitch. That one's drilled into left field and scoring a run, and everyone else will hold up a base. It's an RBI single for Brady Iarusi.
Will Erda. Gonna need a new scorebook, Dylan.
You should have seen mine yesterday. I went over to multiple columns 3 times.
You sent me the picture of yours, and I just looked at it, and I didn't ask you the score at first when you sent me it. I tried to figure it out, and I gave up as soon as I saw that picture.
Now it's Nick Pedroli to the plate. That's in there for a called strike. Oh, we might have to ring up the Milford Fire Department, because these bats are hot for Milford. Here's the 0-1. That's down low to Pedroli. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Big swing and miss. 1-2 now to Nick. He's had a tremendous day so far, as we mentioned earlier in this inning. Here's the 1-2. That one just slips out on the breaking ball from Urda. 2-2.
Think he wants the cherry on top of a phenomenal outing here?
I think he wants to say, you know what, I can be Shohei Ohtani. Let me hit a grand slam. Here's the 2-2. That's outside. This can bring the count full. That would truly be the cherry on top if that did happen. Count is full with the bases loaded. Urda stares in. There's the pitch. Pedroli rips that one towards the first baseman, who picks it up. He's going to flip it over to Urda, who tags the bag. A run does come across the board, though, so another RBI there for Nick Pedroli. But one down in the inning. 16-0, Milford leads.
That brings up number 5, second baseman, Joey McGee.
So that was Majorano coming? No, Majorano had just came across. That was Pedroli, right, who came?
Yes. I am also trying to keep up with all of this happening.
All right, good.
Majorano came in on the single from Iarusi.
Yep, got it.
And Pedroli just scored on that ground out from Pedroli. Yes, Matt Pedroli came in from the ground out from Nick Pedroli.
Yeah, he drove him in the last time around as well.
2 separate times now, Nick has driven in Matt.
1-0, the count is to Joey McGee with runners on second and third.
Yes, because Bouchard is on third right now.
So Bouchard on third and Iarusi's on second. Counts 1-1 with one down. Again, Milford top of the fifth, 16-0 is the score. Here's the pitch. That one's driven, and a nice catch there by the third baseman, Tetro, and 2 are down.
What a catch made by Nolan Tetro. Nice line drive by Joey McGee. Looked like it was going to squeak down the third base line, but Tetro able to nearly lay out for that one. Got the white pants a little bit dirty on the front side. Make the catch for the second out.
So I'll bring up Jackson Fournier, as that one's down there for a ball. So now correct me if I'm wrong, but Milford would play the loser of Franklin and Hyde, or no? Is that correct?
I believe so. They would play the loser of Franklin and Hyde Park.
As coming on in from left fielder, and kind of a triangle of orange jerseys, but it drops between them all down the left field line.
Yeah, they were all converging on that lamppost in foul territory on the third base sign. Had to be careful to not do what you often see on SportsCenter, not top 10. And you see the outfielder trying to chase down a fly ball, and they just ram into the outfield wall. So, yes, the winner of this game, assuming it'll be Milford, of course. You know, anything could happen, but they will face the loser of the Hyde Park Franklin game, 7 p.m. tonight here at Pheno. A game in between is going to be Beverly versus Sandwich, another elimination game.
Here's the next pitch. That one's dragged in down low, and everyone will move up. Bouchard comes across the plate, and Iarusi down to third. So now everyone on the Milford team has scored a run this inning.
Wow.
That's
yes, every
9
single
runs.
person has scored a run this inning. That's something I have not seen either.
2-1 the count here to Fournier. As he drives that one, just fouled down the right field line. Had some velocity to it, though.
We would like to not kill a coach mid-tournament, Jackson. Thank you.
And I'll even the count 2-2. So Milford would play tomorrow at 4 o'clock. As that looping breaking ball misses out wide. 3-2.
You'd love to get a hit here. He's still held hitless. 0 for 3. Drew a walk earlier this inning.
Did win our player of the game yesterday with his electric performance. Went 3 for 4. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You know, maybe Milford likes being the away team at Pheno Field.
You know, it ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one's lined down the right field line, and it's gotta be foul. thought maybe he was going to clip that line again.
Just a little bit. It was real close, but you saw the dirt kick up on foul territory past that first base side. Good piece of hitting, just got in front of it a little bit too much, did Fournier.
I wonder if they'll bring out Nick Pedroli or not. He might be cold if they pull him into this game. It's yet to be seen. Here's the next pitch. That one's pulled wide, and it's going to be a walk.
I don't think you pull Nick Pedroli at all. I think you already know he's going to be done for the tournament with the amount of pitches he's thrown.
But the thing is, though, he's under 60, so he only needs 2 days in a rest, and should, for whatever weather conditions, push it to Thursday, he would be available, though.
You know, you do have a point there, Dylan.
So that's the only reason why I would say maybe it's a question, as Metcalf steps up. Takes a called strike.
I think in the mind of Steve DeVito, you can't be preparing for rain. You have to assume that the game is played as scheduled. And I think you just let him go here. You don't want to potentially risk another pitcher who you can't use tomorrow if games are still being played.
As that one's bouncing the dirt. Although the thing is, though, if that pitcher stays under 30, they're good to go for tomorrow.
That is true, but you never know what might happen.
You don't know. It's just an interesting scenario to think about. I do also see people warming up, but it could also just be a side session for those players with Coach Cormier. Here's the 1-1. That one's hit by Metcalf towards the shortstop. We'll just get the force out at second base, but not before Milford drives in 9 runs to make it 17-0 heading into the bottom of the fifth. And it just about could be the last at-bats for Leominster on the season right here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your headquarters for camping, road trips, and summer fun.
Hello, my name is Nicole Consigli-Comishlian, and I am co-owner of Consigli Ruggiero Funeral Home alongside my father, David Consigli. For over the past 75 years, we have been serving the greater Milford community as a family-owned and operated funeral home. We specialize in pre-planning and ensure that your needs are met one family at a time. We are here to ensure your last memory remains a special one. Please contact us at 508-473-0513 to let us assist you during this difficult time.
Are you thinking about buying a new car or maybe looking to refinance an existing car loan? At Homefield Credit Union, we offer competitive rates on new car purchases as well as car loan refinancing. And with our Auto Advisor program, Homefield Credit Union can help you get a fair and competitive price on a new or used vehicle while financing directly with the credit union. Homefield Credit Union, banking with a Homefield advantage. Stop by or call today, 508-839-5493, 138 South Main Street in Milford and at 86 Worcester Street in North Grafton.
Whoa! Oh.
Oops, sorry.
That's fine, honey.
Mom, I'm home from practice, and I brought the whole team.
Oh, the floor. Okay, that's great. No, that's great.
Hey, honey. Can you believe all the rain?
Oh, we need new floors.
Milford Hardwood, South Main Street, Milford. Your hardwood flooring professionals with a large selection of hardwood flooring to meet your budget. Pick up a sample today.
Milford Regional Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine offers physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and sports and services at convenient appointment hours in Milford, Franklin, and Northbridge. To learn more, visit milfordregional.org/rehab. UMass Memorial Health Milford Regional is committed to providing exceptional healthcare services to our community with dignity, compassion, and respect.
Back here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, helping New England families find their way since 1966. Well, we talked a little bit about it. Brady Wadge is going to come in to close out this game now. I would think it is that kind of thinking that should, for whatever reason, the games get pushed to Thursday, you would have Nick Pedroli available in those ones as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not just try to have another pitcher available? And you assume Wadge is able to keep it under 30 pitches to be available the next day should he be called upon as well to perform on the mound. And this is just good managing by head coach Steve DeVito here. And Wadge was able to pitch. He actually got the start in the district championship game against Leominster. He pitched 2 1/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, did not record a strikeout, but walked 3 batters in 48 pitches. They really went to the well in that district title game, but now here Wadge is just looking to record the final 3 outs with Milford up by such a large margin.
So we do have a couple changes we'll announce, as that one's drilled, and that one's going to be swept up by Majorano on the run, makes the throw in time. What a beautiful play at third base by Ben Majorano.
My goodness, what a play by Ben Majorano. I thought for sure that was going to be poking into left field grass on the first pitch that was seen. Majorano jogs on over, fields the play on the run, and then all in one motion, tosses it over to first on the money for Gavin Metcalf.
Okay, so in the outfield now, Matt Pedroli is out. From left to right, it reads Josh Bouchard, Jackson Fournier, and Gavin Metcalf. As the first one's drilled over to Schoenberg on the short hop, makes the play. The throw to first is caught. Wow! Great plays by the left side of the infield on 2 pitches.
That was a ridiculous pick by Sam Schoenberg. He had not even an inch, I think, to field that off the pick, but the fact that he was able to do so, my goodness, off the bat of Nolan Tetreault, and an easy, almost nonchalant-looking sidearm throw over to Metcalf at first. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Brady Wajda.
That's going to bring up Troy Layton now to the plate. He's pinch hitting. So again, Bouchard, Fournier, Metcalf across, and now Bouchard is playing first base. Bouchard came in for Matt Pedroli. Metcalf moved out to right. Fournier shifts from left to center, and Bouchard from right to left. Just 4 pitches thrown so far by Wajda. Here's the 1-1 to Layton. He fouls that one back. 1-2. Milford now 1 strike away.
Bouchard and left, Burchard at first.
Correct.
And by the time people have that glued into their minds, this game might be over.
Wajda comes set. Here's the 1-2. That one bounces about a foot in front of the plate. That's 2-2.
Now at the plate, Danny Nelson.
Come set. Here's the 2-2. Big swing and a miss, and Wajda closes it out on 7 pitches. What a performance from Milford. They mercy Leominster 17-0 to send them home in this elimination game.
Statement made, and you have to feel for Leominster right now. Such a successful regular season. 23-2 going into the district championship game, and they're going to finish with a 24-5 record, 3 losses over their last 4 games. Definitely not the finish they envisioned having this year, but Milford, my goodness, what a complete game effort. Nick Pedroli, take a bow. Much less I could say, I can't say much more about Nick Pedroli's outstanding performance, both in the batter's box and on the mound. 4 innings pitched. 3 hits. He was just absolutely phenomenal.
We're going to go ahead and take a short break. We'll be back with the post-game show right here on the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers Inn RV, your one-stop shop for RV sales, parts, and service.
Are you thinking about buying a new car or maybe looking to refinance an existing car loan? At Homefield Credit Union, we offer competitive rates on new car purchases as well as car loan refinancing. And with our Auto Advisor program, Homefield Credit Union can help you get a fair and competitive price on a new or used vehicle while financing directly with the credit union. Homefield Credit Union, banking with a Homefield advantage. Stop by or call today, 508-839-5493, 138 South Main Street in Milford, and at 86 Worcester Street in North Grafton.
Whoa! Oh.
Oops, sorry.
That's fine, honey.
Mom, I'm home from practice, and I brought the whole team.
Oh, the floor. Okay, that's great. No, that's great.
Hey, honey. Can you believe all the rain?
Oh, whew, we need new floors.
Milford Hardwood, South Main Street, Milford. Your hardwood flooring professionals with a large selection of hardwood flooring to meet your budget. Pick up a sample today.
This presentation of the MyFM Local Sports Network is brought to you by PJ's Restaurants. Enjoy authentic barbecue at PJ's Smoke and Grill in Midway. Award-winning wings, burgers, and steak tips at PJ's Bar and Grill in Bellingham. Or all-day breakfast and lunch at the newly reimagined Miss Menden Diner. PJ's Restaurants, proud supporters of local sports and proud sponsors of the MyFM Local Sports Network.
Hey, this is John, owner of Done Right Asphalt Repair. We handle asphalt paving and repairs, seal coating, crack sealing for both residential and commercial properties. We do it the right way.
When your pavement needs a comeback, make the smart play. Asphalt done right.
DoneRightAsphaltRepair.com.
Hey, this is Ray, the owner of Tailwind Tavern and Hopedale Pizza Market. We've got pizza, sandwich, chicken, seafood, and drinks perfect for the whole family after the game.
From post-practice dinners to game day nights, make the winning stop. Tailwind Tavern in Hopedale, where families win after the game.
Hey, this is Jay with Full Service Junk Removal in Natick. From construction debris to furniture, yard waste, scrap metal, even hot tubs, we haul it all. Need a dumpster? We got you covered. Give us a call at 617-838-4977.
Full service junk removal in Natick, clearing the way for local teams and families to win. FullServiceJunkREM.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Foley, president of Unibank. Beyond banking transactions, Unibank's mission is to serve the Central Mass community through our philanthropic efforts. The more checking and savings accounts that you entrust to us, the more we're able to give back to nonprofit organizations. We have 14 convenient locations across the Central Mass region, and switching to us is an investment in your local community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 583135, unibank.com.
McIntyre Loam is proud to support the fine young athletes, coaches, and local schools featured on the MyFM Media Local Sports Network. For generations, McIntyre Loam has helped homeowners, landscapers, and communities build from the ground up, providing quality loam, mulch, gravel, stone, and reliable delivery you can count on. It's the same commitment to hard work, teamwork, and doing things the right way that we see every time these local teams take the field. McIntyre Loam, proudly supporting local sports and the communities we call home.
This presentation of the MyFM Local Sports Network is being brought to you in part by Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop, providing quality products and exceptional service to the greater Milford community. Oliva's will make your party one your guests will never forget. Whatever your special occasion may be, a stop at Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop is a must. And try Oliva's homemade sausage. Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop, the freshest cold cuts in town.
Don't be fooled by the name Pepperoncini's Pizzeria. It's not just pizza. Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill at East Main Street in Milford is a family restaurant with a full menu for your full family. From their great tasting appetizers to game time wings on the bone tossed in a multitude of different flavors. Pepperoncini's offers catering for all corporate events as well as private parties. For the best pizza in the Milford area, it's Pepperoncini's. Bring the family to Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill. You won't leave hungry. Gluten-free pizza on the menu.
Welcome back on into the MyFM Local Sports and Recreation Network, presented by Campers in RV, your headquarters for camping, road trips, and summer fun. As we bring you into tonight's post-game show, sponsored by Crystal Pool and Spa, the pool supply that's all about fun, Route 140 in Bellingham, or should I say today's post-game show. It's still daytime. It's 2:53. Milford comes away with a 17-0 victory over Leominster. Back-to-back Mercy fashion style wins. This one I feel is a little bit more impressive, especially because they knew the competition in Leominster and how good they were. They had lost to them in the year and had close battles with Leominster, Andrew.
Yeah, they played them the third game of the regular season up in Leominster. They lost that one by a score of 2-1. A really back-and-forth pitchers duel. Only 3 combined hits and 3 combined runs between both teams back in early June. And then Milford was able to beat them here at Pheno Field. And, of course, the district championship, that extra innings thriller up in Leominster with Milford taking the District 4 crown. And then here, this is just unlike anything I've ever seen between these two teams. Just an absolute shellacking of Milford, or of Leominster by Milford. 17-0, 14 hits to 2 Milford led in that category. Nick Pedroli probably could have done it all himself. 3 for 4. He had, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, 2 singles, and a double, on top of 4 innings pitched, giving up just 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, no earned runs against them on just 55 pitches. So if one of these days, one of these games gets pushed back a day, he should be good to go by Thursday if it gets pushed back to then.
Yeah, I mean, Milford bats were on absolute fire. You look, they go ahead and get that one run in the beginning, and you think, all right, that's a big run, especially with how hard runs could be to come by. You get a couple more in the second, and then in the third, things just started to open up for Milford.
It just exploded. Yeah, you said you got the 1 run in the first, 2 more in the second, but again, we've seen Milford with a 4-0 lead get erased like that with this Leominster team, but the offense just couldn't get anything going. Then in the third inning, they went all the way around the lineup, got 5 runs there on 4 hits. Then in the fifth inning, it all just fell apart for Leominster. A couple of hit by pitches, a couple of walks, some extra base hits as well. Bases clearing double by Ben Majorano. 9 runs in the fifth inning, and that was that. Then Brady Wajda comes in, shuts down Leominster 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fifth. I think Leominster was just kind of done after that 5-run third inning. They kind of knew that the odds were starting to become a little bit insurmountable, and that fifth inning was just the icing on the cake for Milford, and they will play the loser of tonight's game, Hyde Park and Franklin, a couple of District 6 rivals, a championship game that never happened due to some rain and both teams clinching their spot in the tournament anyway, and whoever loses that one is going to face Milford here at Pheno Field tomorrow at 4.
The one thing I will say, and we'll have to double-check it, because when I was reading, there were some exceptions, and now that I'm rethinking, I think there's a chance that because Milford plays the loser, correct, or the winner?
The loser.
I believe there was something that was saying that they try and avoid having teams play each other twice before the championship game. So I think there is a chance that they wouldn't face Franklin even if they do lose. There is a small chance. There's some intricate details, but there's also a chance that they could based on other matchups as well. All we know is Milford plays tomorrow at 4.
I've looked at this bracket so many times last week leading up to this week. I've asked so many questions, and there's still some intricacies that I'm still not 100% sure on. But the main thing we are 100% sure on is Milford plays at 4 o'clock tomorrow. They are slated to play the loser of tonight's game. If Franklin does lose, then things might get a wee bit confusing, but Milford plays 4 o'clock tomorrow, hypothetically the loser of tonight's game against Franklin and Hyde Park. If anything starts to get a little bit wonky, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Of course.
Tomorrow, 4 o'clock, we're broadcasting live on MyFM 101.3. The two of us will be back on the headsets talking shop on that one.
Yeah, that's your Road Ahead, sponsored by Milford Auto Mall. Great selection of used cars. New location, Milford Tire and Service on Route 140 in Hopedale. Your drive is waiting for you. We will know that answer definitively by tomorrow morning, if not tonight, and be sure to stay tuned in to our Facebook. I'm sure we'll keep you updated on that. But now we're going to go to tonight's player of the game, sponsored by Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill, a great menu for the whole family. Get those phones ready to call back to the station for a $25 gift card to Pepperoncini's. Well, I mean, today's player of the game, it's pretty obvious
who it could be, Dylan.
It's Nick Pedroli, who was on the mound, and I mean, probably for his mound, or his dealing on the mound alone could probably get him player of the game, Andrew.
4 innings pitched, only 2 hits against, no runs scored, 0 earned runs, only 1 walk. It was back in the first inning against Mark Garner, and 2 strikeouts, all in just 55 pitches. So he only needs 2 days rest. So if any games get postponed, he could still be good to go for potentially the championship game of this tournament. Now you add his hitting stats into it. He started off with a walk, then stole a base, ended up scoring a run. Then he gets an RBI single in the second, a 2-run double in the third, ends up scoring a run as well. Another single in the fifth, scores a run there. Actually, 2 at-bats in the fifth. A single scores a run, and then he grounds up, but adds an RBI to boot. So 4 RBIs total, 3 for 4, 3 runs scored with a stolen base. Add his pitching stats, it wasn't even close. He's our Pepperoncini's player of the game tonight.
So congratulations to Nick Pedroli once again, and a congratulations to this Milford team who are on fire. 41 runs now in their last 10 innings. I mean, it is absolutely insane from them, Andrew.
I guess that's good. That's on average 4 runs an inning.
Yeah, they'll look to keep those bats flying and staying hot tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Again, you can catch us right here. We'll stay tuned into all the other games, but that's going to do it for us here today. I want to thank Matt Lunt, who's working the camera for us. For all of you listening in at the radio station, he might not be doing much for you, but if you're on the live stream, you saw the action he was providing. I want to thank Ty McCormick for producing and all the things he did, pushing the buttons, keeping us on air, as well as Rachel Getty's back at the station, keeping us alive on there. On my right side, it's Andrew McCarthy. I'm Dylan Montgomery, wishing you guys a great rest of your day. There's nothing like hometown sports. The roar of the crowd, the thrill of Friday night lights, and the pride of seeing our young athletes give everything they've got. This season, your business can stand right beside them by becoming a sponsor of the MyFM Media Local Sports Network, covering football, hockey, basketball, soccer, and Milford Legion baseball. Support the teams, celebrate the athletes, and stay atop of the mind with thousands of passionate local families who love our coverage. Join the businesses that invest in our community's future. Visit myfmdigital.com to book a meeting today.